now available in paperback and e-readers. Spellbound, A Darker Shade of Black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. A while back, I said that the white liberal was the biggest racist in the room. And I can pretty much prove that by the example I'm going to present to you regarding the 2017 Oscars. Now, at the 2017 Oscars, Moonlight won Best Picture of the year. However, when you really start to deconstruct this film, you start to see the white liberals' passive-aggressive behavior, and you see how insidious this white liberal is about promoting racism towards the Afro-American Negro. Unfortunately, many of these Afro-American Negroes lack the critical thinking skills to see how this white liberal has pulled the wool over his eyes one mo again. Because when you look at this film, which is being heralded as a triumph and a milestone film, it literally is a slap in the face of every African American Negro male and every black male in this country. Because when you look at this film, it pretty much yet again is a story not just about a gay black man, but it also breathes new life into the same old stereotypes that have been perpetuated about black people for the last 100 years. Because in the story of Moonlight, here we have another poor, miserable, downtrodden Negro who pretty much, again, is out here, again, fitting all the tropes and the narratives of this white liberal regarding black men. This is a shy, confused kid with a crack-addicted mother, and he's trying to find his way, and he doesn't know who he is. Again, this pretty much fits right in line with this white liberal's narrative, but you can't tell this to this Afro-American Negro. He'll sit there and think that, they're pretty much paying, because the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is paying attention to this type of film, that this is a triumph. When again, this is another slap in his face. This again fits the narrative of films just like Precious, Monsters Ball, and Training Day, which again pushed the same narrative and the same type of character in the Academy's critically acclaimed films. You really want to do something different? Let's see a regular, intelligent, hard-working black man be presented in a film. Let's see the Academy recognize that kind of film like Dope, a film the Academy pretty much passed on. No, they're not going to do that because it doesn't fit the tropes that many of these white liberal Academy voters want to see. And Moonlight pretty much fit many of those tropes that many of these white liberals wanted to see. The shy, quiet boy who lived with a crackhead single mom in the ghetto, trying to figure out who he is. And then there's this drug dealer who was played by Mahershala Ali, yet again, fitting another stereotype, who tries to protect him from being bullied and all this other stuff. And again, all this film does is fit many of the stereotypes that the white liberal wants to see regarding the Afro-American Negro. But the Negro will see it as a triumph, thinking that this is a breakthrough film because another black film pretty much won Best Picture, just like 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture. Again, another film that fits the white liberals' narrative regarding the Afro-American Negro. But the Afro-American Negro can't see the passive-aggressive behavior of the white liberal. He only gives you awards for films that fit certain narratives. And what's going on with Moonlight is no different than what went on with 2002's Monsters Ball. Now, Monsters Ball was another film that pretty much was made to pretty much breathe new life into the old stereotype of the black Jezebel. And Halle Berry's performance was praised in that film as a triumph. And everybody thought it was an act that was going to lead to diversity for African American women when Halle Berry won the Oscar for playing Letitia Musgrove, a woman who pretty much prostituted herself to this white man. And all that did in the aftermath was push a narrative that white liberals had regarding the degradation of black women. Because before Monsters Ball, we did not see a plethora of degrading images regarding black women. In the aftermath, we just saw a flood of these images come out, and we saw the black woman's image change from that of a independent career woman to an hypersexualized Jezebel. And many African American women, because the white liberals pretty much gave Halle Berry this Oscar, believed that this would be the course of action to take. And when you look at Moonlight, you can see a similar plan being put into place to perpetuate a narrative regarding African Americans. And this is an escalation of what has been going on for the last 16 years regarding the African American male image in white media and black feminist media. There's been an agenda to push the effeminization of the African American male image and the homosexualization of the African American male image. And giving Moonlight an Oscar pretty much escalates things and ramps it up to a higher level of the promotion of the effeminization and homosexualization of the black male image. That's what these white liberals are trying to do. They're trying to degrade the black male image by rewarding people for participating in these kind of films and rewarding these kind of films because, again, they want to push a narrative in the black community regarding black males. They want to degrade the black male image, and they want to say that black males are so weak that we can make them into gay men. That's the whole narrative of films like Moonlight. That's the agenda that the white liberal wants to push, and that's the agenda he plans on pushing in the aftermath of this film. Because if we look at the timeline with what happened with Monsters Ball after Halle Berry won the Oscar, we saw the degradation of the black female image over 16 years. And if we look at the pattern regarding this African American Negro male's image and the black male image, it's headed down the same road. And what they want to do, again, is feminize this black male, homosexualize him, and make him look like he's weaker than these white males. However, if you were to confront the white liberal with his racism, he would pretty much be able to try to deny it, because this is what your white liberal is going to do. First, he's going to go and get his buffer Negroes out here to say that you're an Uncle Tom, you're a sellout, and you're a homophobe. Then he's going to get his white feminist and his black feminist out to, again, call you a Uncle Tom, a sellout, a coon, a black buffoon, a sellout, and other assorted shaming language. And the ultimate one he's going to come in with the buffer is the gay people in the gay community who are going to come in and, again, call you a homophobe, a sellout, a coon, a black buffoon, all these names because they want to shame you and keep you from seeing who the real villain is. And the real villain in Hollywood are these white liberals. These white liberals pretty much pulled a fast one on the black community regarding this Moonlight film, and the black community just sat there and took it, thinking that this is a triumph, this is about diversity, this is about LGBT, when it's not about LGBT. I can go back as far as Tom Hanks in Philadelphia winning the Oscar for playing a gay man with AIDS. And I can also talk about Hilary Swank, who won Best Actress for playing Brandon Teena, a transgender in Boys Don't Cry. And I can also talk about Ang Lee winning Best Director for Brokeback Mountain back in the early 2000s. And I can also talk about Sean Penn winning Best Actor for playing Harvey Milk in Milk. So there's a proven track record of LGBT characters being rewarded for roles in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. So that LGBT argument just doesn't wash with me. When I look at the Academy regarding this film, this is all about pushing a narrative in the African American community in the exact same way they pushed a narrative regarding the African American woman with Monsters Ball back in 2002. This was all about pushing a narrative in the black community and trying to push gay culture as black male culture and correlate the two so that people will see black males as soft, weak, and less than. That's all that Moonlight Oscar win was all about. It was about degrading the black male image, emasculating the black male image, and emasculating black men. Unfortunately, many black men aren't going to be able to connect the dots regarding this whole Moonlight Oscar win and what it means for black people because they're so caught up in, oh, this is an Oscar win. All the people like Mahershala Ali have won Oscars. This is all about diversity. When it's not all about diversity, it's all about maintaining the status quo, all about keeping the white liberal narrative regarding black people going, and all about telling the story about black people that the white liberal wants to see told. Because when we look at this whole Moonlight Oscar win from a panoramic perspective, we can see who the villain truly is, and that's that white liberal. But because he goes out here and passively gives people this type of film an Oscar, you can't see the aggressive behavior he's participating in continuing to push the same racist narrative towards black people in a film which features the same old stereotypes regarding black people living in ghettos, coming from single mother households, living around criminals, and then he mixes a bit of homosexuality in there so that you won't be able to call him a racist, so he can go get the gay community, the untouchables, and other buffer groups to get in your way to keep from calling him the racist he truly is, because that's what this film is all about, and that's what the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science is all about. They're not about promoting positive images of African Americans. They're all about degrading African Americans and then telling us it's all diversity, when it's all about maintaining the same status quo regarding the African American image. And this is why we need to take charge of our own image and go out and support our own products and our own films from independent film producers, independent publishers, and independent artists, because they're the only people who are going to try to produce material that creates a narrative for us, a culture for us, and presents a positive image of us that pretty much does not try to fit some white liberal's narrative and some white liberal's view of what they think African American is. Because when we look at the narrative that they're trying to push, again, it's all about degrading the African American image and degrading African Americans in a passive, aggressive way. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.